The more I'm reading the history of Polynesia, especially this book over here called The Early Observations of the Marquesan Culture in 1595, the more I'm starting to wonder to myself that whether Polynesia, where Polynesia was, whether that was all Blackanesia. What I'm trying to say, right, is like if I go to Google Earth, what I'm trying to say, right, forget about it, because I'm gonna probably make a proper put a proper documentary of it, but I'm starting to wonder whether all of Polynesia there were black people there already. There were already Melanesians living in Tahiti, living in New Zealand, living in Hawaii, living in all these islands. There were already these little black people. Because look, if you read over here, right, from the European observation, that they were trying to say, they were trying to question about why in Tahiti, like if you read what the guy's saying, like they were saying that there were lower class and there were higher class. Those of who were of higher class, like for example, beg into question whether the Eastern Melanesian and the Polynesian they will appear to have been recognizable physical difference. They could tell that there was a difference between the higher class and the lower class Marquesans and those of the higher rank. Joseph Banks and Foster described the low class Tetel women of Tahiti as being smaller than the upper class counterparts. So clearly you can see, and they say that they were little puny creatures. Do you hear that? Little puny creatures compared to those of the upper class. And the lower class as being different from that of the others in being woolly, hair, and coarse, though not quite so much as that of the African blacks. So, right over here, there must have been negritos all over Polynesia. And you hear over and over again. I might do a little research, break away from my Native America, and do a research on these little black people. And they were different. See, they had no desire for the religious belief, and their only concerns was similar to those of Melanesia. See, I'm starting to learn a lot about the history of Oceania and Polynesia. And early foundation observant of later Polynesia. So they're trying to say right here, when I'm reading this, and the way I'm seeing it, was that all of Melanesia, Samoa, Tonga, all of that, all that area was, from my understanding, was populated by black Melanesians. And what happened was this race, the what you call the very tall, very good looking, that's why I keep trying to tell people, the very tall, good looking race, which came out of the Americas, populated, started to go into these islands over here, and started to enslave these black people. Maybe not enslave them, but I feel like that the Negritos, or whoever they are, probably they did not want to fight the the these Polynesians, these or the original Polynesians, because they were a bigger and stronger race than them. So, reading all this, I'm now coming to the point of now going to study and find out who are these black people within Polynesia. These little black people that they are talking about in this book.